Hi guys, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for Monday the 15th of February going through until Sunday the 21st of February 2021. Thank you for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today and to look at what the planets are doing. That's exactly what I've done for this weekly horoscope. I've had a look at the planets, how they interact with one another in the coming week, and what energy that brings up. As above, so below. That's the principle that astrology is based on. So Mercury and the Sun and Jupiter doing things up in the sky are going to influence us down here on planet Earth. So I'm going to give you a rundown of what that is, how you can make the most of the week, and what days present you with what opportunities. So on Monday the 15th of February, we've got the moon in Aries, which always has a nice kind of spring feel to it. The moon in Aries, it's like, let's look for the new things in life. Fire is coming back into nature and into the world. There's a sense of enthusiasm and opportunity and excitement. It's sextile, so it forms a harmonious relationship with Saturn, the planet of the rules, Mercury, the communication planet, which is in retrograde at the moment, so things may look different. And the connection with Saturn, the rules may seem different. It may seem more important, less important. Your perception on things will be altered. The moon also sextiles Jupiter, the lucky planet of growth and expansion, and Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and creativity, all of them in the sign of Aquarius. Very communicative, very verbal, very intelligent, very much focused on the future and other people and how certain actions have consequences that impact not only you but other people. So Monday, you start off really nicely. You have a great sense of determination and you really want to have a good day, whatever that means to you. So whether it's ticking all the things on your to-do list, or doing something that you love, or just being in a positive place, you really have a strong focus and you want to achieve that. You may find that your feelings go from one extreme to the other. So you're absolutely in love with certain things and with certain people, and it just makes no sense. You're just over the moon with certain things, and you're really turned off by other things, and they make you irritable quite easily. And you may find it a little bit puzzling that you're so all over the place when it comes to your emotions. It is a good day to run errands and to create some calm in your life. So to do all the things that you kind of have to and that set you up at home and that make life more easier. So groceries, bills, deadlines, take care of the things that you need to take care of. It's a good day to get those things done and to get them completed. It will also give you a great sense of relief and a job well done and completion, and I can relax a little bit. On Tuesday the 16th of February, we've got the moon still in Aries, so that kind of fiery, peppy energy is still with you. It squares Pluto in Capricorn, which is quite a big deal. Pluto is an outer planet, and it's very much concerned with transformation and healing and change and rebirthing things. In Capricorn, it's in an earth sign, so it's about changes in your real life, and the Aries moon gives you a great drive and ambition to make changes in your life. So you may find yourself tweaking things or finding little things on Tuesday that irritate you or bother you a little bit, and you want to just change them around to suit your needs more. So don't get overly focused on the detail and don't obsess over that on Tuesday the 16th. The moon also sextiles the Sun in Aquarius. So the Sun, what energizes you, is it casts its net quite widely when it's in Aquarius, because it doesn't just look at your pool of experience, it looks at everything and the planet. So you have this really wonderful perspective which allows you to see things which you wouldn't see at other times in your life, which makes Tuesday a wonderful day for invention, social change, and taking action. There may be some news which herald change, so something may occur which really has an impact on your life, and that information may make you question your role. So if you're a public figure or if you're a private person, and whether that status is still suitable for you right now at this point in your life. So think about your future, where you want to live, what you want to do in the next 5 years. Mercury is still in retrograde, until Saturday the 20th of February. So it's an opportunity to see things differently and also to think ahead. Because some people, if you say, hey, what's your 5-year plan? They're going to be like, oh, what are you talking about? I'm just trying to get through the day. Thank you very much. I'm not concerned with the next 5 years. And sometimes it does kind of serve you to plan your future a little bit. I mean, if you're taking a degree at a university, you have to kind of clear the next 3 years to do that. It's much easier because society is on board with that usually. So parents after school will send their kids to university and it's all kind of approved and seen as part of the process, and that makes it really simple. If you have to do that kind of thing for yourself, then it's not as easy because you have so many options and you don't have anyone pushing you in a specific direction. So it is kind of easier to just live in the moment and to live in the day. But if you do plan ahead, on a Tuesday, you'll find that you can flesh things out much more effectively than usual. And even if you are a person who really thinking about the future is not your favorite thing to do, if you really just abhor that, then Tuesday will help you see things differently and to plan the next couple of months or even years. And that really gives you a great opportunity to kind of structure your life on a specific day and to say, this is kind of ground zero and this is the jumping off point. This is the spot from where I'm going to have new experiences. I'm making new decisions. I'm bringing about new life circumstances. So it's really a great opportunity to have a do-over on Tuesday and to reinvent yourself. On Wednesday, the 17th of February, we have got the moon going into Taurus. So things settle in a little bit. The moon moves out of the element of fire and into earth. It becomes a little bit more receptive. It's interested in its surroundings. It's interested in what it can create in the here and now. And it really roots you to your body, to your everyday experiences. And things seem much more concrete. They seem more important. They seem more real, they seem realer, I guess. They just seem to be more personal. Everything now affects you. It's not just some abstract notion out there in the universe somewhere. It's something that is going to influence, you know, what food you have on your plate at the end of the day, and how you feel in your body, and how much money you've got in your bank account. Everything is just looked at differently. And you start to measure things and you start to look at things in the sense of, okay, well, how does this benefit me in a real world setting? So the ego comes in, the notion of self comes in, I, me, my. That really becomes important on Wednesday, whereas Monday and Tuesday are a little bit more abstract, and it gives you the freedom to kind of explore intellectually and to think and to contemplate and to weigh your options. Wednesday, we really hit the ground and it's like, okay, where are you in your life? The Taurus moon then forms a square with Saturn, structure, security. So that will give you a huge focus on what have I got in my life? What have I got to show for myself? Which is a risky road to go down because you can't really evaluate your life and who you are by the things you have to show for yourself. Okay, I've published a book and I've got 2 kids, therefore I matter. I don't have 2 kids and I don't have a book, therefore I don't matter, okay? So that's something you have to watch out for, not to equate your worth with the things that you've done in the real world. It also squares Mercury, the communication planet, still in retrograde, making you see things differently, and Jupiter in Aquarius as well. So that's interesting. It's like my perspective is so important that it encompasses everything. Think of it like someone has, on a normal day, they have an aura around them, right? So the aura is like different colors and it's your energy field. And some people can see them and some people can't. But usually you can sense it, and you don't need to be a great psychic to sense someone's aura or energy. If you're sitting in a room and someone comes in and they're really just furious, they don't need to have like a little storm cloud over their head to signal to you that they're furious. Nor do they have to have this super furious expression on their face. Sometimes you can just sense it and it's like, ooh, what just walked in here? So that really shifts your perspective. And rather than having an aura which is just around one person, the energy of Wednesday expands it to the extent where the whole world can feel it. Or it seems like what you are going through and what your experience is so important that the whole world must be feeling it. So rather than just affecting the one room that person walks into, it feels like if I now shift my location and if I interact with anything, I have to be taken very seriously because my feelings are so expansive and so all-encompassing. And that's problematic in the sense that people will take themselves very, very seriously on Wednesday. My feelings, my moods, my needs, my ideas, my ideology, my way of viewing the world. You know, and if people feel that strongly about certain things and they become intolerant about other people who feel just as strongly, then that creates conflict. And that makes sense, right? So the moon in Taurus also conjunct Uranus in Taurus. So this feeling of being challenged and possibly even pulled up on something that you're doing or believe in, that feels horribly threatening. So there really is the potential for arguments and major conflict and things snapping, because there's an irreconcilable difference between your way of operating and the world's way of operating, and everyone is super invested in what they're doing. So Monday, Tuesday are really open and free. Wednesday is really lockdown in a different sense here. It's lockdown in terms of open-mindedness, willingness to see other people's point of view, and really being considerate of other people's needs. Finally, Saturn in Aquarius squares Uranus in Taurus, and that's big news as well because two outer planets forming this kind of relationship that doesn't happen every day. So Saturn is really about what we can rely on and what we take for granted, what's permanent. And Uranus is the opposite. It's really about what's being blown up and what's losing its status and what's now had its status changed from permanent to temporary. And a square creates friction between the two planets. So do you maintain the status quo and kind of really get focused on what you've got and make that your be-all and everything? Or do you just look at things as transitory, and do you look at things in the sense of, hey, I can change this, I can alter my life, I can make it be something that it isn't today? And that friction can really be upsetting because you don't know which side to land on, which is safer. So on Wednesday, the hopefulness of the past 2 days, Monday, Tuesday, is replaced with a sense of entitlement and real rigidity, which is problematic because the season of news continues here. Something drastic may take place in your life on Wednesday the 17th, and you may scramble to regain control of what's been lost or what appears to have been lost. The important thing here with all this Taurus and Aquarius energy, and in terms of do I hold on or do I let go, don't try and maintain everything and don't become overly obsessed with the physical circumstances in your life. Let things play out and see where you land, what the new circumstances then bring up for you, what situation you then end up in, and see what you can do with that once you're there. Resistance to anything on Wednesday is going to be really painful. It's like unrequited love. It's like you fall in love with someone and you want them to love you back more than anything in the world, and they just don't. And it's that feeling of frustration and things not working and just an upsetting disconnect. Where do I move on from? This doesn't mean anything. What is all this about? Why did this happen to me? You know, all of those negatives are coming up. And if you resist what is, then those questions will cause you to be hurt. Because it's like, why isn't life the way I wanted it to be? On Thursday the 18th, we've got the sun going into Pisces, and that's a big shift. So happy birthday Pisces out there. Because the sun in Pisces is much more about belief and faith and taking things because you accept them to be true. Whereas Aquarius is really thinking for yourself and saying, well, just because it's like that now doesn't mean it has to be like this in the future. So the sun moving into Pisces on Thursday kind of ends your torture in a sense, because you just feel much more accepting of certain things in your life and you're not questioning everything. The Taurus moon conjuncts Mars in Taurus. So your sense of entitlement, or really being quite rigid about the way you will live your life, that's still very strong. That's still very much there. I suppose with the Sun in Pisces, there's less room for conflict, because you're not so interested in changing other people's points of view or articulating what you're feeling. You're just feeling it, and that's enough, and that's okay. The Taurus moon squares Venus in Aquarius and Jupiter in Aquarius, and then it also trines Pluto, the planet of transformation and change, in Capricorn. So the intellectual thinking side of things is still very much there, but you're looking at things that are practical and useful, and you come at them not by questioning everything on an existential level. Everything just is as it is. So things kind of calm down and they quieten down, and for you, you feel a much greater sense of peace, and like things are just okay and everything is going to be fine and you're contented. Not everything is floating up in the air waiting to be analyzed by you. It's all right. It's okay on Thursday. So you're good at taking care of yourself on Thursday. You may start to see a way forward in your circumstances, an idea that hadn't occurred to you the day before may occur to you on Thursday the 18th. So something that seemed problematic on Wednesday and it really shook your world, and you're like, oh, what am I going to do now? And you don't have an immediate solution. If you sleep on it and wait till Thursday, the planets are saying that it's much easier to kind of make a real plan on Thursday that you can actually move ahead with, or that you can use to resolve issues. So watch out for that on Thursday. Also on Thursday, love may appear suddenly in your life, and especially if you're out and about in a public space. So you may meet someone or just strike up a conversation, or the eyes may meet across the room. But it's really a good day for new beginnings in love and romance. On Friday the 19th of February, we've got the moon going into Gemini. That again changes the energy in the sense that you're now interested in an open door policy. You're looking at who you can communicate with, and new ideas and things that are amusing and funny and that stimulate your mind and that get you thinking. You're also looking at generating new content and delivering information of your own that could impact other people or charm them or entertain them, or you may have some beef that you want to resolve with someone. Venus is in Aquarius, and that squares Mars in Taurus. So even though a square between two planets usually causes friction, the sense I get from Venus in Aquarius and Mars in Taurus here is they kind of make friends. They kind of make peace on Friday the 19th, and they bring some balance to this week, which has really been quite drastic in what is happening, but there hasn't been much of a focus on love and feeling safe amidst all of those changes. And this Venus-Mars connection here on Friday, I really think gives you that. It just makes it seem like things are okay. I said that earlier in the week, like everything is going to be okay. You know, and that's interesting because you usually say that to people when they're struggling with something, when they've just had some bad news, and you say, it's going to be okay, we'll figure out a way to get through this, you know? So it's important, I think, at the beginning of the week to enjoy this feeling that everything is all right and that you can change things around, and to make the most of that. And then in the middle of the week, to kind of say, whatever happens, I am here for me, and I always have support, and I'm supported, so I don't need to worry about this so much. That's really important this week, that you can be there for yourself. The moon in Gemini then sextiles Chiron in Aries. So that gives you the sense that if you look at different ways of doing things for yourself, things will make sense again. You'll be able to heal the things that hurt, the things that are painful. The Gemini moon also trines Saturn in Aquarius. So there's a respect for the rules now, and there's a kind of appreciation for the rules, that they kind of make you feel safe, and they cushion you in life. It's not so much that rules infringe on your freedom on Friday. It's rules give me structure, and rules make me feel like there are some sort of boundaries to my life and my experience that I can use to navigate. So the focus shifts very much from a sense of I'm freedom loving and I want things to change to really now taking comfort in the rules. But overall on Friday, the good news is that love is in the air and there's really a sense of harmony and leisure and being able to just relax. People who adapt easily to changing circumstances and energies, and people who just don't resist change actively will find it much easier to make use of this loving energy and to have fun and to play on Friday. Doing something for yourself is going to feel really, really meaningful and could reveal your life purpose and how you no longer need to conform to kind of make it on planet Earth. And that's really huge. I mean, that's the thing I feel we're all looking for, which is to reveal our identities and then to use those identities and to channel them into something that's useful that we can do to build ourselves. And if you want to extend that into your work, then making your work an extension of yourself. So that's sometimes quite difficult. Like, who am I? And what do I want to do with that? And that's challenging in the sense that there are so many things about a person that how do you create an identity? Because, on some days you may be happy-go-lucky, on other days you may be very serious. And in my case, I feel like as I've got older, the highlights of my identity, I think that stick out, have become more important. So the thing that was always there was astrology and tarot. Then it's the recovery and spirituality, and then it's the gay thing. So those are the three things which to me were highlights as such in terms of my identity. I mean, saying, he grew up in South Africa, or, they always had Labradors or whatever. Those are also part of the identity, but they're not as important, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. So trying to find the things that you feel are part of your identity that kind of generates a destiny for you. Okay, if you're born and you have the ability to hear melodies, okay, and to be able to pick them up and then to play them again, that's going to have an impact on your destiny. So it's finding those things about you which really are going to shape the course of your life, and then trying to find a way to package those character traits into something that you can use. So if you're really good at maths and you're a genius, you're a child wizard, then looking at a job in physics or investment banking or something like that is a good format to channel your identity into. And the reason I'm saying this, and the reason I think this is an important topic, is because I really believe that each one of us has been given a talent and a gift that we can use on planet Earth to really thrive and to have a fabulous life. And I think the trick for most of us is, one, to identify what that talent is and who we are. That's why I always found when I was younger that, kids who know they want to be a vet at age 5 are really lucky, because that whole part of the journey, tick, that part of the box has been ticked. But then to look at that and to say, okay, well, in the real world, there are these options. So if I'm an artist, I could become a graphic designer or a sculptor or whatever. But to then bring the two together, that takes a bit of doing. And Friday is a day where you can really reveal, so you can do step 1 and 2, you can reveal the things about you that are important and which shape your destiny. And then if you haven't found the right channel or format or structure, you can find that on Friday and really reveal your life purpose. So it's huge. Saturday, the 20th of February, we've got Mercury, the communication planet, going direct. So Mercury's been in retrograde from the end of January until now, the 20th of February, and it gives you the opportunity to look at things differently. It makes communication more difficult. That's why you're forced to look at alternatives, right? So with it going direct on Saturday, the 20th, things make sense again. You don't have to double, triple, quadruple check everything for errors. It makes sense. Communication works well. It's a good time to move and to send things and to write and to do contracts, things like that. The moon in Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury, well, Mercury rules Gemini and the moon is in Gemini, makes you feel super communicative. It trines Saturn, Mercury, Jupiter in Aquarius, and it sextiles Chiron in Aries. So Saturn, Mercury, and Jupiter, again, they've played a big role this week. So Saturn in Aquarius, think about the rules and how they support you. Mercury, still look at things in a way that is appropriate now. So the research period is over from Mercury retrograde. It's now time to do something with the information that you've got and to actually present it. So to pick up the phone and to talk or to apply. And Jupiter is good luck. The sextile with Chiron in Aries, there's also still the desire to heal something. And that this week I really feel is okay to do things to heal. But when you find yourself really digging your heels in and saying, this is so important to me that I will not compromise, then you're putting yourself in a position where you will get in trouble, especially on Wednesday and Thursday. So on Saturday altogether, communication improves, conflict drops off. You may feel discouraged by certain duties that you have to do today, and because you'd rather take the time off to enjoy yourself and to have some free time. Best way to use Saturday's energy is to complete outstanding paperwork, contracts, and book proposals on the day. Work out a new schedule. It's a good time to avoid communication errors and to see things from the other person's point of view. And you can see with that shift that it's not all about you anymore. You're now interested again in other people. Sunday, the 21st of February, we've got the Gemini moon squaring Neptune and Pisces. That's really nice. That's like, think of a door opening and what is revealed behind it is this full moon just shining the light in. It's very creative, it's magical, it's intuitive. I'm not saying it's a full moon, just the sense I get from the Gemini moon is that it opens some sort of inner door that allows all of this spiritual energy to flow in and to enchant you. It also trines Venus in Aquarius, so love and creativity is there, and it quincunxes Pluto, the planet of transformation, in Capricorn. So the planet of changing things in a real world setting. So Gemini, open door policy. Neptune, dreams, music. Venus, love, creativity. Pluto, change, rebirth. So it's really beautiful on Sunday. Your creativity really flourishes. You feel romantic, you feel playful, imaginative, creative. If you are a person who creates, make sure that you do work on Sunday, that you actually put pen to paper or paintbrush on canvas, because you can really achieve something quite marvelous on Sunday. If you're an intuitive or a healer, it's really a wonderful day to recharge your spiritual batteries. If you have the day off, doing something simple like watching a film or listening to music can provide you with the break you're looking for. So it's kind of like a spiritual holiday on Sunday. It's time to really just relax and to unwind and to use your imagination. So it's an interesting week. It feels like a really good week. It feels like a positive week where we have good things happen, where there are big changes, but if we keep the right kind of mindset in place and we don't become overly rigid, then you can really use those changes to your advantage and have a fabulous time. So have a great week. If you would like a personal reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to order your reading with me. In my personal readings, I use astrology, tarot, and numerology. To draw up your astrology chart, I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. Once I've got that, I've got a snapshot of the sky at the moment you were born, and that tells me everything about you. Your life purpose, your love life, your finances, your career, your health, where to live, spiritual progress, friends, institutions, children, anything that's on your mind. If you're at a crossroads and you want to make some changes in the future, or you just have questions about yourself, then please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. gregoryscott.com. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online. Have an amazing week, and I'll speak to you next week.